right, we're live. Welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. This is game 2 this evening on adventure that I have entitled "The Boy Who Cried Wolf." And I'm gonna just do we want to go through all the intro? I'll intro all the players today. We have 4 lovely players and their characters that will be joining us this evening, and let's take a brief moment to introduce each of them. First, we have Fawkes, the sword that cut the heavens, and the one true king. Fawkes, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fawkes, I'm doing pretty good. I got a question for you, Fawkes, if you don't mind, unless you have something you wanna bring up.
I have nothing in mind. What do you have to ask?
Fawkes, your title is the sword that cut the heavens, right? The singular, the one time you cut the heavens.
There are multiple translations of it, but
Oh, okay. So I was going to say, I know a lot of people say the sword that cuts the heavens. I was wondering how you feel about that.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. That's actually, I'd go by either one, and there's many other names I also go by, if you wish to know.
You know, I feel like, I remember back in the day, Fawkes, you would tell these lovely stories about your time as a pirate. Do you still,
Myself, yeah, that's probably the most recent thing I can tell you.
It's just, is it you were a pirate?
Did you have something else to ask before I cut you?
I was just gonna say, I know, it's fine. I was just gonna ask you, do you have any other interesting little nuggets of backstory that you can share? I know you have many fans here in the lands of DnDTime, being a legendary adventurer.
I said it'd be another day, but it's nice that we have a time for this now. Actually, there used to be a time where we'd have just a little bit of a show for this, wasn't it? Yeah, I actually like that. As for a story I could tell, well, I got nothing for you. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? I think you told us a story about that time you told us stories, but I guess we're pretty much out of time, so I guess we're gonna have to wait for the rest of it for another day. Welcome back, Fawkes. It's great to have you, and I hope you have fun this adventure.
Ah, delightful. Sure.
Our next hero to join us this evening is Zewxip. Zewxip, I am. But Zewxip, whenever I read your title, I feel like I'm impersonating you, and I want to apologize.
No, that's the highest form of flattery there can be. You'll often find among the, I believe you might call them werebugs or entothropes, mimicry is a large part of survival. It can make one powerful. And as well, I have tried to mimic you all in the lands of DnDTime. I have learned so much. I've been taught many interesting words for interesting concepts, or I think I was told to use discretion when talking about that.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what you're about to say, but let's take a quick detour from that direction. Zewxip, one of the things I know is you've been learning your individuality, right, is like a core thing that sets you apart from the many other Zewxips here in the lands of DnDTime. I'm wondering, one of the things that individuals, or at least among humans, tend to have is we have favorites. And I know you've been collecting a lot of little keepsakes on your magical little wand there. Do you have a favorite?
Of course.
I know it's just between us. I won't tell any of the others.
Oh, well, if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's probably pretty obvious that my favorite is myself. This little stem here, I remember breaking that off and giving it to Bartholomew to infuse into the item.
You know, that's a very obvious question that I answered that I never would have considered.
I'm the best me that I know.
Wow. That's some, deep philosophical... Thank you so much. That's something for me to now consider, because I think I might be the best of me that I know as well.
And you absolutely can have that title as well.
Well, thank you, Zewxip. I appreciate that, and I hope that you have a wonderful adventure this evening.
Oh, that will never get old. I look forward to it.
Lovely. Our next hero this evening is the one and the only, the Protector, Jenny Galanodel. Jenny, welcome.
You didn't finish my title, so I didn't know if you were done there.
I'm sorry. Let me give you the full title. Jenny, the Protector of Bartholomew's Adventurers.
Ah, there it is. Hello, Jeremy. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Jenny, so your kind of title, when you became a mythic adventurer, you went from simply the Protector before, a kind of ambiguous but dedicated, some might say devoted title, to a more focused Protector of Bartholomew's Adventurers. Jenny, how often are you needed to protect the other adventurers? Is this like outside of the normal adventures you have to do things? Are there entities that try to undermine Bartholomew's adventuring company that I don't even know about?
Yes, obviously there are. Many adventurers are in constant danger.
Wow, do they even know?
No, they don't. They're not aware of the things that I protect them from.
Wow, is it just because it's stuff that's too serious and just too dangerous? If they knew, it could keep them up at night and frighten them.
If anyone knew, then the entire structure of Bartholomew's Adventurers could be shattered forever.
Oh God, that'd be bad.
We should really stop talking about that.
I'm sorry, Jenny. I don't mean to rat you out there. But you know what? Welcome back. I hope that you have a lovely adventure, Jenny. And is there anything you want to shout out to your many fans?
Yes. There is a guy. His name is Farku. He is a wonderful person. Shout out to you, Farku. You're the best.
I'm sure somewhere out there in the great beyond, Farku hears you and their heart is filled with love. Welcome back, Switch. It's wonderful to have you. And last but certainly not least, we have Sword Coheir. Just Sword Coheir. Sword, how are you doing?
About the same as always.
Well, it's not always. Remember, I know there were a couple of weeks where you were just lost in Central City. So we'll take, I guess, just what I assume is the normal.
You think that's changed, Jenny?
Oh no, sorry. Is it where? So your house, right, is a magical extra-dimensional place. It can teleport and move around.
Yeah. So that's not the issue. It doesn't say the fact that I still get lost in Central City all the time.
Do you ever lose the house? It's like forgetting where you park. Do you ever run into that problem?
Oh, thank God, no. I mean, it just teleports right to me whenever I need to. Otherwise, I'd really
got a little beeper. It's got a little like beeper or something.
No. I just summon it out of the.
Oh wow, that's a pretty good gig. I didn't know it was that powerful.
No, he set me up good. I mean, really.
I mean, everyone says Bartholomew's cheap and he's greedy and he's maybe has questionable morals, but sometimes he does some good stuff for people.
Well, I mean, when you can just kind of magic things up, I mean, it doesn't really cost.
I mean, fair enough. Have you been enjoying your? I mean, not enjoying. Have you been enjoying? Have you been enjoying and experimenting more with your alchemy? I know that's something that you've been fond of in the past.
I have. Thankfully, much better than that one time with the orc butt smell.
Yeah. That. I'm glad there's no orc butt smell.
To get that smell out of the house.
Yeah. It can teleport around, but it can't air itself out very well, huh? Bad crossflow?
No windows, no.
It has no windows? Wow. Well, I'm glad
Well,
your
I mean,
alchemy's been
it's
going.
kind of an extra dimensional space, so I mean, it doesn't really.
Oh,
I'd hate to see what it'd be like
Yeah.
if it did happen.
yeah, that's a fair point. That's terrifying. That conceptual.
You get
That's
stuck in
that
some
conceptual.
unknown void,
Yeah.
an astral plane or something.
Jeez. Well, Sword, I hope you don't get lost in some unknown void. I mean, God, cleaning your gutters must be a pain. Well, either way, so welcome back. I'm glad to have you joining us this evening, and I hope you have a splendid adventure. And so our adventure begins. The four of you have been sent to a small town. It's on the outskirts of a place called the Wilderwood, which is a very large forest, but this is kind of far to the southeast. It's not, or to the southwest of the lands of DnDTime. It's not near any of the gigantic trees that grow there. It's more of just kind of a nestled little town. And you've been told that lately they've been having a serious wolf problem, and that you're supposed to meet the mayor of the town, whose name is Wilhelm. And as you've kind of been approaching the area, you've noticed a staunch increase in the number of wolves that you've seen just throughout your travels. First it was a lone howl at night, and then as you've gotten closer, you maybe seen a couple of them scouting around, observing you all as maybe you camp. And now as you see the town on the horizon, the town is called Rhyme. You're seeing there's like a lot of wolves. It's the middle of the day, or probably mid-morning, and you see probably 30 wolves. They're just kind of walking around, eyeing you up. They're keeping a fair distance, but yeah, they're just kind of out in the blue in this kind of field looking at you and eyeing you up. What would you all like to do?
So anyway, I started blasting.
Oh, I see.
Growl back at
Fascinating.
So, do I take that as Jenny's just blasting at these wolves?
Mm-hmm.
And what are you blasting them with?
They're the bad guys, of course.
Ranged Paladin Smite.
Oh, of course. Beams of sparkling divine light arc from Jenny's hand? Sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
arc
it's a
from Jenny's
classic
sword.
paladin technique. It's the ranged divine smite.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jenny, I can tell you, you probably kill a wolf with that first one.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, you blast a wolf with that first one, it dies. The second one, you still hit a wolf. Can you roll me the damage?
Yes, for a smite, it's 1d10 plus my charisma.
Of course, because charisma is the source of a paladin's power. We all know this.
Of course.
It is a fact.
As a fellow paladin, I can confirm.
That one also takes down that wolf, and you see that the many other wolves, I mean, they were keeping a fair, 100-foot distance anyway, so these were at the absolute furthest range of your smites. And yeah, you see them kind of scatter, right? There's still a ton of wolves around, and you're maybe quarter of a mile from the edge of town, but yeah, the wolves are kind of laying back as you start blapping them. Do you all want to just approach the town, or what's the move? Looks like the wolves are scoping you out still, but just from a further distance.
I'm gonna continue walking to town, but oh boy, if any wolves get near me,
Oh, are they dead?
He killed two, Jenny killed 2 wolves. There were maybe 30 of them kind of around, and the rest of them have backed off a little bit.
I will walk towards town, though I'm going to use less lethal methods, as I have the gust cantrip, and so if any do get close, I'll kind of just give them a puff to go away, blow them back, and keep walking.
Okay. Yeah, so you
of life. I'm gonna pick up the wolf bodies and, like, I don't know, bring them for a roast later or something.
Everyone loves wolf steak. So yeah, you grab some freshly hunted wolves, Fawkes, and yeah, I guess you all kind of begin to move toward the town a little more. As you start getting closer, a few wolves do kind of come a little closer to you guys. Jenny, you start blapping at them, and Zewxip, you cast your gusts in an attempt to drive them away, and they don't like descend upon you, but they don't entirely back off. I mean, unless, Jenny, you just stop and just fire at them, just ongoing, in which case they will back away a little bit. You're getting close to the first house here. You can see it's an old brick structure. It's got something of a thatched roof with it's got a chimney on one side. You don't see any smoke coming out of the chimney, and you can see all along the sides of the house, right? The brick has been kind of scratched and damaged as though by wolf claws. As you're kind of getting close, you can see that there is a wolf, like, it's up against the side of the house, a particularly big looking wolf. It's got like bony protrusions on its back and whatnot. And it's like scratching at a shuttered window that is on the side of the house.
It's a dire wolf?
It appears to be a wolf that is dire. Yeah.
No?
It's a dire wolf.
When you say scratching, are you like it wants to come inside, or like
it's trying to like tear down the shutters that are closed and get in, but you can see that it's having a very hard time.
That boy is getting some extra treatment then.
All right, you're gonna start blasting at him?
I'm a hex him when I'm within 90 feet.
Okay.
And he's gonna have disadvantage on strength checks.
Sure. Is that all?
And then he's gonna get blasted.
Okay, no, then you blast him. Okay. So as you hex this dire wolf, it gets blasted. Go ahead and roll me the blasting. You'll blast it 2 times. Oh, that doesn't seem like the right amount of damage for your blasts.
No, it's not.
Not even close.
Damage. There we go.
All right, you blast it twice, and this very large wolf. And actually, is that including your hex? No, it's not. That's 29 damage overall. A big whopping on this wolf. It turns and kind of whimpers a little bit, and makes to book it, unless anyone else wants to do something to it. Because Jenny's just used an action, but Fawkes, you and Zewxip and Swordall could do something if you'd like.
Can I throw a net at it?
A net?
Yeah.
I mean, you were probably, like 120 feet from this wolf, and then Jenny ran up and hexed it and started blasting it. So you're probably about 120 feet from this. I don't know what the range is and anything on a net. They're so infrequently used.
It's like,
I think it's like 60 feet.
15 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you've got a way of closing that distance, you can go ahead. Or you could just wait until you find a different wolf that's closer.
I'll just throw a net at a wolf.
Okay, you're just gonna run toward the closest, like, regular-sized wolf and throw a net at it?
No, I'm just gonna, as I'm walking along with Jenny, just throw nets around.
Okay, just huck it. All right, sure.
I'm just hucking nets.
Okay.
And some caltrops, I guess.
Well, hearing that no one seems to want to do anything to that dire wolf, after Jenny shot it, of course, the dire wolf turns and flees around the side of the house, whimpering and running off. And you can see where it was trying to break in. There, the kind of shutters are kind of hanging barely on, but you can see beyond, the window has been bricked up. Like someone has laid, and they're misshapen bricks. They aren't like put together super well, but clearly it's been hastily bricked up from the inside. And you can see there are many of these brick houses all throughout this town. As you kind of pass that first one, you start along a main road, and you can see at the kind of, well, I guess not the end of the road, but eventually the road opens up into a broader kind of square, and there's a very large brick building, presumably a mayor's office or something of that manner. But you also see many, many more wolves. As you kind of pass that first house and you look around the other side, there are there's that wounded dire wolf and two regular wolves that bare their teeth and growl at you. They're about 30 feet from you when you turn on the side of the house.
Blam, blam.
Are they coming at us?
Oh, I don't know. It looks like Jenny just blasted them. They seem to be trying to intimidate you, is what they were trying to do. They were using their actions to intimidate.
Really not intimidated.
Blam, blam.
Jenny starts blasting them. Jenny, you blast, the two small wolves? Or the big one that you had hexed before?
The two small ones.
Okay, the two small wolves collapse under your blasts, and the big wolf goes to run away again. And you can see and hear more movement throughout the town. You see like mailboxes that have been torn down. The place looks kind of like a dump, right? It's just been ransacked seemingly by these wolves, and there are wolves everywhere, right? Like looking down the road, you see like 7 or 8 wolves just roaming in the streets. Gardens are destroyed. Picket fences are in shambles.
How far from the Trash Kingdom are we?
You're very far from the Trash Kingdom.
Okay, we have found the Trash King's summer home then.
It kind of looks like it, honestly, except there's just a lot of wolves. If he were a raised by wolves kind of guy, this would be great.
Personally, I feel like the Trash King was. I don't know. Anyone else feel like that?
I don't particularly think so.
Wait, who's raised?
Raised by wolves? Well, anyway, I'm gonna start heading towards the mayor building. Blam, blam!
I'll be in like hunter's clothes, like the flannel shirt with the hunting cap on, and just setting hunting traps all around with some signs, be like, beware for wolves only.
You heard, right, that this was a wolf adventure, and you've just been dragging this cart full of nets and hunting traps behind you the whole time. But,
yeah. Prepared. It's adventures.
Well,
no,
in the cart that is pulled by his majestic steed.
Oh, which one? The polar bear or the drunk unicorn?
The drunk unicorn's usually chilling in the sacred vale. So I painted it brown though.
Oh, okay. To disguise him?
To be extra spooky. Yeah. She's a brown bear now.
Yep.
It's the camo. Yeah. No, no. They're painted in green and black camo.
So your polar bear is painted with green and black camo and is dragging your cart. Yeah. So you keep heading down the street, and Zewxip, you're able to gust and spook some of the wolves away. For the most part, they don't seem like they're putting up any concerted resistance against you guys as you enter into the town. But you don't hear or really see anyone, and you see a lot more of the same. Windows bricked up and everything closed. Until you come into that town square. And it's at that point you can see the main kind of big governor building, whatever, mayoral place. There are wooden doors that have been broken down. They're splintered and lie sundered. You see that beyond, there's a nice kind of entrance foyer to the place, and there's a smashed chandelier on the ground and ruined carpets. Looks like wolves have made a mess of this place. And as you kind of approach the door, there's a loud kind of snarl sound as jumping down from a balcony on the second floor is a very large wolf. Some might call it a huge wolf. And it lets out a terrible growl as other wolves from around this kind of shambling town come out to you. Well,
Is he
seemingly attack you.
at us?
Oh,
It's
100%.
a huge wolf.
It's a huge
All right,
wolf.
I got this. I take a spare roll of parchment out of my pack, roll it up into a newspaper.
I'd like you all to roll for initiative, but I love that. I like that one a lot, so that was very funny. As the wolves descend upon you.
Wolf! I cry.
We are ready. We are ready for these boys.
All right, let me roll for the guardian wolf. And then you can see many regular wolves and 2 dire wolves. Oh my god.
Is one of the dire wolves the one that I injured?
Yeah, actually it is.
Okay.
It jumps off the balcony, breaks a leg.
You know, I
Takes
think
fall damage, guys.
it jumps up to like threaten you, but then go ow, 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 ow. Like it still hurts from its injury. All right, first to go, Zewxip. Actually, are we missing someone?
Power.
Jenny, did you roll for the initiative?
Yeah, I rolled the 19.
Oh, yeah, I'm blind. All right, Zewxip, you are the first to go as you see this huge wolf is inside the mayor's kind of office, right, or building in front of you.
The mayor's office, is this...
So
if I'm using fire powers, am I going to light this whole place on...
Well, it's made of brick. Everything seems to be made of brick. But
Okay.
there are some like wood flooring and carpet in this place. So you'd set that on fire probably. But it probably wouldn't spread and consume the whole building if that was what you're asking.
Well, right now, I don't know if I really need to blast them all with fire, including the mayor's house. So what I will do, I will get a gust of wind going, and I'll just try and catch as many wolves as possible, and just sort of, I don't know, see if I can scare them off. You know, blow them around a little bit and drive them.
Okay, so you're just taking this gust of wind and blasting it, kind of, I imagine, like down the road behind you, right? Because you're in a little bit of a town square, right? And there's this town hall stone building, and that's what you're in front of right now, or brick building. So you just blast down a road, trying to push some of the wolves that are menacing you away. There are, how many coming from that direction? There would be 6 wolves coming from that direction. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and I guess actually I have to roll for that, don't I? Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. Strength save. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see. Asserting your dominance over the wolves. All right. So with your blast of wind, it blasts down that roadway, and of the 6 wolves that are down there, 4 of them get gusted way back. I'm gonna mark them with like weird squigglies so I know which ones are gusted. All right. Yep, they get blasted backwards by your gust of wind, kind of falling in a heap. I guess 60 feet down the road. Or how far does it push you?
15.
So 15 feet backwards down the road, away from you.
Yeah, and then if they're moving against the wind, it has a penalty.
Yeah. Yep, it takes double movement, and they got to roll that save, right? They're gonna have a hard time getting to you. All right, Zewxip, you start this off, blasting the wolves back that are descending upon you. Fawkes and Jenny, what would you like to do? Oh, I'm sorry. Which of you would like to go? You have to finish. All right, yeah, Jenny.
I'm going to blast the dire wolf that's injured.
All right, you're going for the injured dire wolf. I dig it.
Yeah, because he still has my hex on him.
He does.
Oh, no.
That one is not what you want. That will not hit the dire wolf.
Blam!
That will. And come on with the hex. That was, how much health did he have? He had a lot of health for a dire wolf. But Yeah, but you still will finish him off with that strike. Just a little bit of overkill.
And I will bonus action move my hex to. You said there were 2 dire wolves. One was the interblood.
Yeah, there were 2 dire wolves, and then there's the huge wolf. That you don't know what he is.
The other dire wolf.
All right.
You're hexed. Strength still.
Hex strength. All right. Fawkes sakes. Would you like to move it all, Jenny or Zewxip? I assume, Zewxip, you're staying where you were to block the road.
Jenny
I'm fine.
is going to stay within 10 feet of Farku.
Gotcha.
So
Same
if Fawkes sakes is going to move up next turn, obviously. So I want to be
just
like,
a little ahead of him.
Like
you're kind of
20 feet away from the one that he's going for. Since we go on the same turn, could I do that?
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's fair. You can see the direction Fawkes is headed. Fawkes, where are you headed, actually?
Watch where you're aiming, Jenny. I'm gonna... Wait, are we surrounded?
Yeah.
Or are they like in front of...
Directly ahead of you, right inside the building, is the huge wolf and a couple of small wolves with it. And then the dire wolves are kind of out along the city square that you're in, and many, many other regular wolves are also in the city square. So yeah, you're pretty much surrounded by regular wolves.
Yeah, so I'd like look to Jenny and we like both have like an understanding as I'm headed to the main building with the giant huge.
Oh, you're headed into battle with the giant wolf, or the huge wolf.
Yeah, huge wolf.
Cool. You charge up the steps of the brick steps of the building, and I
Huge
suppose swing your
wolf.
sword.
Yeah, I'll reach in behind my back and bring out the great sword that looks like a giant musket, and like shh. And it just turns into a net. And I'm like, gotcha! I say the command as I try to attack this baby.
Okay. Now, Fawkes, I didn't hear you say shishing when you pulled the sword out and attacked.
Did I not? When I said I was pulling it out? Shishing? Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's a net anyways. I'm not sure. It's
Mhm.
all right.
Well, does the net do 14 slashing damage?
It's a very sharp net. The net's made of like steel wires and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
But it's gotta make me a DC 14 wisdom save, I believe, for polymorph.
Oh, dear God. All right. As you attempt to just immediately polymorph him, wisdom save?
Yep.
Zip up! Oh.
He's a butterfly now.
You swing your great sword down, and the huge wolf becomes what kind of a butterfly is it? Does it look anything fancy, or just a pretty butterfly?
It's a monarch.
I would say a monarch because it's very classic, but I'm wondering if there's any kind of like woven like wolf variety. If
It's almost like you know.
Those are called moths.
Technically not a butterfly, but you do turn it into a giant wolf moth.
Okay. And I have an extra attack, which I can't. Can I use it with the butterfly net, or do I have to just like kick a dog or something?
Yeah, you can't use once you've used the butterfly net to capture a wolf.
I can't use the weapon.
Yeah,
really?
well, not while you have something in the butterfly net. You have a butterfly in it, and if the butterfly goes out of the net, it becomes a wolf again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it in the net, like switch it around, and I'll just.
There are 2 regular wolves also near you.
All right, I'll just kick a wolf in the face.
Okay.
Unarmed strike.
Use your wolf kick technique. Banana? Why?
Look, Switch did this to my sheet, and it's just the most convenient attack that I have on hand.
Unfortunately, you miss with the banana.
All right, and I'll bonus action Sanctuary Zewxip, I guess, because it's not attacking. Yeah.
All right.
And Farva, he's just gonna be up there with me, so I'll be like, yo, that one I missed. Give me that bite and claw.
Oh, okay. Farva's going in to attack the wolves. I dig it. Oh
so
man!
we're
All right.
fighting together as the front.
Yeah, let's see. Well, oh boy. One of those wolves is dispatched by Farva's claws. It takes only a single swipe. However, the second one, although it's bit quite ferociously, is still standing miraculously. It's a pretty tough-looking wolf that you're fighting.
All right. I guess we'll just be on either side of it, waiting, flanked, and coming up for the next guys. And turn. Good to
All
go.
right. Sword Coheir, what would you like to do? You're surrounded by wolves.
How close are they?
Yeah, they're pretty far out. I mean, they're like 50 or 60 feet. They're coming out of like the streets and around the town. It's almost like a tactical ambush is what they were going for right here.
All right. And it's like, I'll hold up the rolled up parchment like a newspaper. And it's like, you think this is bad? And then summon my spirit guardians.
Yeah, all right, this is gonna be bad for the wolves. Okay.
Instant army.
Well, there's nothing.
And they
within
all
your
show
spirit
up as
guardians
little
right
ninja
now.
camel. And they all appear as little ninja camel spider moose. And each of them pulled out a little rolled up newspaper.
Yeah, you wolves. Okay, I love it.
They all do it synchronous, like synchronized.
Are you moving up with Fawkes, or are you
Yes,
still
I'm
standing your
moving
ground?
up.
Okay.
Down ball.
All right. Well, the Guardian Wolf starts its turn. And what's the range of your Spirit Guardians? And how close to Fawkes are you moving?
I'm moving right up next to them.
There's
And it's
a 1
15.
hit point butterfly in that net.
We can choose not to
Can you?
have them attacked. Yeah, it's on Spirit Guardians, which targets
That's what
you
I'm
want.
wondering. When you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. That's fair. Would you like to not have this affect the, well, I guess the
I've got it.
Guardian Wolf butterfly?
I've got the huge one, surprisingly. Just deal with the others and get into the building so we can hold them off.
The big guy.
You're not going to target that?
No, I'm not going to target the butterfly.
Okay. The butterfly is going to attempt to escape from the net. Fawkes, I'd like you to roll me an athletics check.
Oh no. It's butterfly
The
stats.
butterfly fails. It is not able to escape the net, unfortunately. Well, and it critically failed. Holy shit. All right. The dire wolves, one of them is dead, so the other dire wolf is going to charge at, well, Zewxip is the only one still outside, so they're going to go for a Zewxip.
Yeah, but I twitched my face being surrounded by a sanctuary.
It is protected by Sanctuary. Oh, Zewxip is protected by Sanctuary. I will roll the Wisdom saving throw. 13 will not succeed.
DC
And now there are a heap of wolves. Okay. The wolves are going to charge forward. 4 of them need to. What do they have to roll, Zewxip, against your gust?
strength?
It's strength, right?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, any creature in line spends 2 feet for every one, and it is a strength saving throw.
What's your DC? What is it?
17.
Okay, so once again, looks like, all right, so 2 wolves succeed, and of that, okay, so of the 6 wolves that you pushed back, 1 of them is able to get to you this turn, but none of them are able to, like, get to you and attack, because they have been slowed down by the wind. So 1 of them gets right up in your grill, and the dire wolf got right up in your grill, but that's it. The other heap of wolves come charging in, and they head straight toward you guys in the middle, up in the house, rather. And when they enter the Spirit Guardians, they got to roll saves, right?
Yeah.
8, 9, 10.
Even
All right, so there's
more.
10 wolves.
17.
They have to roll above a 17? Okay. So they got to roll 16 or higher because they have a +1. 2 of them succeed, and what? Can you roll the damage on your Spirit Guardians for me? Oh, actually, it looks like you had a 21 up there. All right, so of the 10 wolves that charge forward, 8 of them are disintegrated, bludgeoned by the little camel ninja spider mooses and their nieces? Moose?
Niece.
And their newspapers.
Nice.
But 2 of them
Goose,
get in.
geese, moose, meese.
And then of the 2 that are still in there, they both died. both of them go. All right, so actually, there was only 1 even still in there. All right, so this is bad for the wolves. All right, the wolves are being annihilated. The 2 wolves that succeeded and got up into the house, despite the Spirit Guardians, are turning around to run away now because all of the other wolves got annihilated. Zewxip, it's your turn again, and you can see that the 6 wolves that you've managed to, I'm going to say, save from the Spirit Guardians seem like they're planning on running away because all of the other wolves are getting annihilated.
Okay, as a bonus action, I can reposition the stream of the wind. Are there any other wolves I can just sort of,
there's a
blow out?
dire wolf that's charged right up to you, and that one still seems pretty pissed.
Oh, then I'll just I'll disengage and move back since I think the rally cry was to get into the house.
Gotcha. All right, so you charge up the brick steps into the house.
You can use a bonus action to change the direction of the wind if you want them to get them out of the house.
Oh yeah, the other pack ran into the house.
Yeah, there are currently 2 wolves in the house, so you can just run past them and then blast them out with the wind if you'd like.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Like it would all be blowing behind me anyway. So yep, that'll.
Excellent. I will roll for those 2 wolves, and down the steps they go. Just out of the Spirit Guardian range, thankfully for them. All right, so Zewxip, you're in the house with everyone else now, and Jenny, what would you like to do as you see the wolves are breaking and fleeing before you? Except for that one direwolf.
Yeah, that one direwolf. Just blap blap.
Oh god, all right. This direwolf, how strong does direwolf look? Let's find out. He's like a pretty average direwolf. All right, and you'll hit him with both of those for a total of 17, 22 damage to that guy.
Yep.
All right, he's a pretty bloodied looking direwolf now, and it looks like it too is going to flee.
Cool. So it's looking all clear.
There are some scattered wolves, but they're all seemingly in retreat.
I'm gonna kill off this direwolf. Keep him clear.
Okay.
If initiative is ending.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Fawkes, Sword, do either of you want to do anything, or do you want to just let the wolves kind of retreat now that you've kind of secured your entry?
Yeah, I'm chill.
Yeah,
I'm chill.
I think that works.
All right, so you still have a huge wolf that is trapped as a butterfly indefinitely. And Jenny, as the other wolves retreat, you blast at the dire wolf. You can go ahead and shoot him if you like. Go ahead and roll. As the wolves all scatter and flee.
I'd be like calling out for if anybody's here, like, where are the people?
Let's see. Jenny, you exactly finish off that final dire wolf.
What you're supposed to ask is who let the dogs out.
As you call up, fuck's sakes, is anyone here? You hear, kind of muted from up on the stairway, or beyond the stairway. There's a little balcony foyer that you're in right now. You hear a muted voice. We're up here. Please help us.
All right, let's get up the stairway.
Okay. Yeah, you walk up the stairs and you see there's a big long hallway. At the end of the hallway is a set of double doors which are clearly entered to like a mayor's office or something. And these are thick oak doors that are horribly splintered and gnashed and broken, but they haven't been broken through yet. Not totally, at least. You can see places where, you know, there are little holes and cracks and furniture has been piled up on the other side. And you see through one of like the holes and cracks in the door what looks like an eye looking out, looking at you, or peeking through the hole, like, oh, thank goodness they're here. And you hear scrambling to move furniture.
Don't question what I'm doing with a butterfly. This is very... I'll try to keep it inside caught, and I'll have polar bear guarding the entrance.
Yeah, do you want to just like tie the end of the net for now?
Yeah, I guess if that's how it works, that works with me.
Yeah, sure.
I am without sword. Rip. But sword is also here. I have my sword here. I'll pat sword on the shoulder.
As you have this delightful goof, and you hear the scrambling and moving and shifting of stuff on the other side of the door cracks open, and you see a figure poke their head through. They're covered, dripping in sweat. They have bloodshot eyes, and clearly they're a little anxious. They're like shaking a little bit. They're about, I don't know, 3.5, 4 feet tall, and they're bright pink, and they're a pig person. And this pig person goes, oh, thank goodness you're here. Please come in. We've been waiting.
Thank you for the invitation.
And as you enter in, you see that there are a handful of other pig people barricaded within this fairly large mayor's office. He says, I am Wilhelm. Thank you so much for coming. It's terrible. The big bad wolf took our little boy Blue.
Was he like about yay big, huge, big bad wolf? He's scared. What happened?
No, well, he's an absolute giant. He's always lived in the woods, and you know, in yonder times, he would terrorize us. He would come and blow down our houses, and then we built everything out of brick, and everything was fine. But not long ago, poor little boy Blue was born in our town, a child with a terrible curse. He literally cries wolves. And that wasn't the problem.
As in wolves fall from his eyeballs?
It is true, yes. They just sprout out. And that's certainly a bad thing, but for a while it wasn't a problem until the big bad wolf heard of it, and he came back out of the Wilderwood and kidnapped poor Blue. I believe he was using him to summon all of these nefarious wolves.
He's making a
Even
little
our brick
boy
houses
cry.
are not enough anymore. I'm afraid so.
Wow, it's pretty bad.
Unabashedly evil.
Is he
The little
like?
pig
I'll
man.
describe the wolf that I.
Sorry, go ahead.
Could he wouldn't happen to be the wolf that I caught, like out of character, right?
You don't know. You have no idea. I mean, you ask him to describe
I'm trying
the
to
big bad wolf. The big bad wolf, he's a terrible fiend. He stands 12, 13 feet tall on 2 legs. A terrible giant with claws and teeth.
Yeah, I know.
He can eat you up in one bite.
Is he at Grandma's house right now?
Well, he's out in the woods where he took boy Blue.
Sure, I'll get ready.
I can tell you how to get there.
I'll use my sword. Oh, I can't. I'll change costume into a big red cloak with a hood and bring out a basket. All right, how do we get there?
Well, first you have to go over the river.
And through the woods?
And then, yes, you go through the woods. And then he has a house. Some say long ago there was a hag that lived in the house, but I don't know
Either?
myself. I've never been there.
Okay. I'll like hand my hunter clothes to anyone in my party who wants to play the
A
role.
bunch of hunters' clothes fall in your arms. Do you think that you can go and save poor Blue and hopefully stop all these wolves?
Yes, I'm sure we can recover little boy Blue. You've told us all you know about this big bad wolf, correct? It can consume people, it eats them? Is there anything else that you know about this?
Pardon?
Is there anything else that you know about this, this potential foe? Can it be reasoned with?
I don't know. He harbors great hatred for us. It's been a long time that he's been banished to the woods.
He was banished? Was he like...
Well, he was eating pigs.
Oh, okay, did he used to live with you guys? Were you
Long
friends?
ago. Long ago.
What does he like? What does he dislike?
I think he just ate people the whole time and kind of played coy about it. He was a master of disguise.
Ah, I see. I like look in my disguise. Left for you.
In fact,
Is he allergic to anything?
I don't know.
In fact, what?
I'm saying, in fact, you look a little bit like one of his disguises right now.
I'll like put away the pork lunch
Snort.
I had.
your ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah. And I'll like hide the. I haven't shaved in a while, so I'm a little bit hairy. What big feet I have. Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, we can go do this. Should we get moving, or is there anything else we should know?
We've been holed up here for several days.
How have you been getting by?
We really haven't. Believe it or not, he says, kind of patting his fairly fat stomach, I've lost 20 pounds.
Ah, it's impressive. Well, I'll leave this with you.
I mean, it's
And
not
I'll,
all
like,
bad.
I'll
No.
point outside to my cart of hunting traps and traps.
Should we set those up while you're gone?
Yeah. Just be careful not to step into one.
They look at the hunting traps like they're not totally sure they can do that, but they're gonna try.
Oh,
You
that's
were saying
great
something,
for me.
Sword?
So what should we do with this? I point to the butterfly.
Oh, it's a butterfly. We should let it outside.
No.
It is not a butterfly.
Yeah, do you want me to show you? I
What
have
do
a
you
magic
mean?
trick.
Kind of looks at like.
No, it's probably best not to.
I shake my
Alright.
no.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can do the magic trick once the big bad wolf is dealt with.
Yes, we have a hostage to rescue.
I think it's more than just a hostage. He's being used as a weapon.
We have a weapon to recover.
I try to have no
Oh.
weapon to use.
It's a cursed weapon. I hope you all are prepared to deal with a cursed weapon.
Did anyone prepare or remove curse?
Did Boy Blue cry normally before, or was it like not like it was a non-problem until?
Well, all boys cry from time to time, but you know, when it's just one wolf, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Generally, when you cry and a wolf appears, it kind of startles you out of crying, especially when you're a pig.
So we need to invoke happy feelings to cut off the flow of the wolves, and then recover the weapon to return the weapon back to the pigs. Understood?
Yeah, something like that. You could tell blue because instead of having pink skin like us, he has blue skin. Otherwise, he's just a normal pig.
Is only see blue in the blue world?
Inside and outside. Anyway, good luck. Please come back to us and stop the pigs because they'll get us eventually, and then we'll die.
Usually if we're talking about a weapon, I destroy it, but if it's a boy, okay.
Can I add this weapon to my sword?
Yeah, can I, swords that I will.
So at this point, I don't think the Wilhelm, the wolf, the pig, has much else to tell you. That was not a slip. He's just a pig. What are you all gonna do? I mean, do you want to just head out over the river and through the woods to try and find this big bad wolf?
Yep, let's head to Grandma's.
As we go. I'll skip along.
Okay. All right.
Put
And
the hunting costume on fire. walk bipedal.
And imagine it like it doesn't fit very well, right? It's
like
bursting at the seams on this camo polar bear.
Okay, let's go.
You make your way over the river and start traveling through the woods. And as you go, you see that there's a distinct lack of wolves. There's a lot of footprints from the wolves that fled from you. But you're not running into much resistance or any real resistance as you start traveling down this very clear path. And after a short time, you start to hear kind of the sounds of padded feet as some kind of creature, wolf-like, seems to be moving in the brush ahead of you. And sure enough, you can see crossing the path, it appears there are two wolves that kind of exit. One exits from one side of the foliage, one exits from the other, and they just kind of walk past each other. They're looking around almost like they're like sentries. They're quite a ways ahead of you, though. What do you want to do? Nothing? You're just gonna
walking forward with my rolled up newspaper in hand.
I'll go back to the gust cantrip as if necessary, to sort of give little warning puffs, and if they're getting.
I assume Jenny shoots them.
Yeah, it's a question, right? I'm asking. So, there are clearly some sentry wolves, and I'm wondering, do you guys have do you have a strat to try and ambush them, or are you just gonna walk right up and not really care that they see you? Because
I'm asserting dominance, so I don't care.
Can we just attack them, or just flex on them or something?
You could. I mean, they're wolves, so they might try and flee. They might stand a fight. You don't really know.
All right, let's see it.
They look like they're making rounds in the kind of way that human guards would.
Okay, should we do a nature? Is there how should we deal with this?
I start putting the newspaper in my hand as I approach them.
Okay, so you're just gonna walk right up to him, sorry.
Yep, fully intimidate him.
Can I set the forest on fire?
You could. Do you want to try and set the forest on fire?
I'll have a torch out to scare them away and accidentally whoosh it against the dry brush and it's
Okay, so you start a small fire.
And I'll fan it, but it's just giving it more air. Oh no!
Okay. Zewxip, you're just trying to look big and intimidate them a little bit with your gust.
Well, not look big. I have gust, although honestly, if Zewxip is seeing a fire breaking out in the forest, I'm going to turn around and use gust to put it out.
Okay. So you're distracted by Fawkes' shenanigans.
Yeah. So I was walking forward, kind of like making little. I don't know if you'd let me try and simulate with the wind, like a bark or a woo, kind of a, with the bursts of wind. If not, that's fine. But yeah, if I'm gonna see the forces catching on fire, I'm gonna stop approaching the wolves and turn around and use gust to put out the small fire.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think maybe without any distractions, that those kind of shenanigans with the gust cantrip may be possible, but
that's fine.
Yeah, in this case, with Fawkes' sakes being a distraction, I don't think it quite works out. Sword, you're just walking forward with the newspaper. Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check, I guess. Unless Jenny is blasting, but it seems like Jenny's just kind of taking the back for now. All right, Sword, you walk forward with your newspaper threateningly, and the wolves both see you, the sentry wolves, and they turn and flee into the forest ahead of you. They just totally run away. And they move 80 feet and just disappear into the underbrush.
Hey, do you think that the big bad wolf will come to us if they know where we are? I wonder, how much can the wolf prepare? Oh, by the way, what should we do with this butterfly now that we're out of?
You still have a butterfly.
Squish it. One less problem we have to deal with.
Okay, I'll show you what happens, and I'll squish the butterfly.
Okay, you're just gonna squish it in the net? Just bap.
Sure.
All right, there is. I imagine it's not like a flash of light or anything. You squish the butterfly, and for a second, there's just like a crushed butterfly, and then the crushed butterfly explodes into a wolf. The Spawnmore spell ends. And there's a big wolf there in front of you. I'd like you to roll for initiative, or I'll give you a surprise round if everyone wants, as the guardian wolf is back. No, just go ahead. Everyone just go. You might be able to just murk this wolf, as it is very much a surprise.
Yeah.
All right. We got a crit coming in from Jenny. Jenny, you blast him for 14. The square hammer that hits. 9.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
We'll take it. Oh yeah, right. I forgot to get those hits. All right. Fawkes, would you like to do anything?
Sure.
I wonder if the guardian will actually survive. Wow, the 9 will miss actually. The 19 hits.
All right.
Okay.
What is that? The Rapier of Life drain. And when you hit a creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet, gain temporary hit points equal to the damage dealt with this weapon. They get 10 temp.
Ooh. Hot damn.
Ooh. And yeah, that's it for me.
Okay.
Oh, I can Dancing Blade it. Sure, let's do it.
Sure. Boop. All right. The wolf is technically still alive. Let me see what its initiative is. All right, it goes last. All right, I think it's fair to say you dispatch the wolf. It's got 12 hit points remaining. You do the classic stab circle, and that big wolf, it does, however, let out a terrible cry as it goes down, which echoes throughout the forest.
We already gave away our location.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you did completely give away your location to the sentry wolves.
Cheers! We're big boys. We're bigger and badder than the big bad wolf. If he wants to come at us, so be it.
Probably intimidate a lot of the lower wolves.
Mm-hmm.
I will howl back at them. Oh!
And as you howl into the sky, you hear distantly more howls back.
Oh shit, that's a lot. How could we try to differentiate how many, just like in general?
You could roll me a nature check to guesstimate how many wolves there might be.
how many did you guys think you heard? I'll like ask.
I think the numbers are relevant. That's a really nice tree over there that I'm going to go climb.
All right, I will help Zewxip try to find out.
Okay. Yeah, Zewxip, you climb up this tree, and you're trying to. I guess is your idea to look off into the distance and try and see these wolves.
That sounds good too. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, sorry. Were you just climbing the tree for fun?
I mean, I also don't want to be swarmed by wolves, but yeah, I can be a look.
Oh, I mean, that's a fair point. Yep. So, Zewxip, you climb way up in a tree, and you start looking around, and I'd like you to roll me a perception check, and I'll tell you what you can see of these wolves. Oh, wow. Apparently, there's a very clear shot. You're pretty close to apparently where the big bad wolf is. You can see that there is a ramshackle cottage that looks like it's been long since abandoned in a clearing up ahead, right by the river. So it looks like you have to cross the river again. Was not in the instructions. You can see that standing, but actually kind of exiting through like the kind of broken doorway of the house is an immensely tall, hairy creature. It looks almost like a giant werewolf. Towering 13 feet, perhaps 10, 15, who knows? It's in the huge creature territory, and you can see that in one hand it holds a kind of mottled, almost bird cage with a little blue pig in it, who is sobbing inconsolably as the wolf shakes it, and as the little pig cries, more wolves just kind of plop into existence nearby.
Did you all get that?
You can see there's like maybe 10 wolves in the clearing right now, besides the big one.
They just come out of his eyes?
Yeah, it's weird. Zewxip, you can see it from here. They just kind of like the tear falls, and as the tear is falling, it bloop, turns into a wolf.
Just like that. I hope you all got it.
Just like that.
I'm ready.
We're going to have to act fast then. Unless the pig runs out of tears, there's only ever going to be more wolves.
How is he crying so much? Yeah, like how many hours? Like, your eyes would get dry, especially if they turn into. This is so weird. Is he like feeding him like a lot of water or something?
I don't know.
At least he's kept him hydrated. How well is he doing from what it looks like up there?
Oh, well, he's all blue, which is unusual for pigs. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think from the distance you currently are, you cannot tell how poor little boy Blue is doing.
Are any of you capable of traveling very quickly?
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise going in alone, though.
Yeah, what do you all want to do?
I'll fight him all by myself and all the other wolves.
All right. Well, as you continue to talk, you see the big man wolf continues to shake little boy Blue. There are now 12 wolves in the clearing. 12 other wolves.
Are they coming to us?
No, they just seem to be. You can I don't think you can hear the big bad wolf because you're still far enough there. You can't really hear him well. But he's seems to be talking to the wolves, which are kind of gathering around him as they come into existence.
I'm just waiting for there to be more wolves.
Oh, okay. Tell me how many wolves. So you've got a really great vantage. Tell me how many wolves you want to wait for.
I myself personally want a couple hundred, but
yeah, I mean, if you want, I mean, we could wait until there are 100 wolves, assuming the kid can just cry for 100 wolves.
I'll go in as soon as you guys feel like. There's enough wolves.
Does anyone else have any thoughts about?
I prefer less, and so if anyone can close the distance, I'd like to move it.
All right. Is it can we Because there's a bunch of woods in the way, so we can't see them.
I'll say you're about 500 feet from the big bad wolf's location. Now, you cannot, like, within visual, you'd have to get a lot closer to, like, see him. I mean, the clearing he's in is probably only, like, 50 feet across.
Take me, like, 4 rounds, maybe?
Yeah, you'd have to sprint toward it.
Yeah, with all my stuff, yeah.
Or you could try and sneak toward it, but the big bad wolf is on full wolf creation duty.
Oh, 500 feet?
Uh-huh.
You can longbow him.
Well, you can't see him, right? It's heavy growth.
Well,
yeah, if we fly.
Okay.
In the tree with Zewxip and start longbowing him. You could do that.
I have an idea. I need a little bit of clarification on my Bartholomew's choice. The Bartholomew's choice puts a zone around me. I presume it moves with me. It seems like it would, but just in case, I do have a way that would allow us to move in quickly. Obviously the enhanced movement that this creates would have me out of a 30-foot zone very quickly. So are we presuming that this 30 feet stays on me because I'm holding the rod?
I would say yes. I'll say for now it would move center with you. Now, I don't know if Pete has any thoughts about that. If so, we'll deal with that after or in between episodes. But yeah, I think it makes sense it would move with you.
All right, this is what I'm going to do then. All of you see that as so I'm up in the tree. All of you are going to begin to see a bunch of plants all around at your feet begin to sprout up out of the grass of the forest. These little tendrils, they're going to flare out with dark green leaves. They're going to get very quickly little yellow flowers. The yellow petals are going to fall out, and then there's going to be just a bunch of little puffs starting to spread little dandelion spores everywhere. So I'm going to be invoking my dandelion floor and field.
And what does this do?
So for me, when I choose the option, my floor and field becomes flush with dandelion blossomers in addition to normal plant life. Oh, so blossomers. So I guess they continue to grow into little blossomer people too. I cannot be, or I'm sorry, that's the tuber. While within the field, my jump distance is tripled, and then I know some additional spells. So what I'm going to do, I will, this is kind of narrative. It'll take technically a couple actions, but here's my intention. I'm going to slide down the tree. I'm going to upcast the fly spell that I get from my dandelion to give the 3 others fly. And then because my jump distance is tripled, if the zone is moving with me because I'm in the zone, I will just bound behind everyone, maintaining concentration on fly while they zoom ahead and confront the werewolf. Does that make sense?
Excellent. Yeah. So I guess how far is your zone? 50 feet? Something?
30 feet radius.
30 foot radius. Okay, so you can just leaps and bounds. You guys are going to start dashing ahead and flying ahead. Does that seem right for everyone?
Yeah, so everyone, I want you to grab an oversized dandelion, hold on, and you can fly with it. Well, let's cosmetically flavor, right? If I'm going to do this, just saying I cast flies.
Yeah, I thought it was like the like, you know how you blow on the dandelion and the spores grow out, or the little seeds. Yeah, I'll be just sitting on one of those, floating over.
Grab onto one and fly over there. Fly, my minions. I'll bound behind you.
Over the trees. Can I just start taking pot shots at the werewolf?
After a distance, you'll be able to make some shots at the big bad wolf. Is everyone game with this? Y'all just charging in atop dandelions?
Sounds like fun.
What's he gonna do? Right. Launch wolves at us?
Well, he's gonna try and vomit up some more. I'm sorry, cry up some more wolves.
Oh no! He's gonna huff and puff and blow us away.
He's gonna try and blow you away. Yeah. So you fly toward him in record speed. So you can get 60 feet per round is basically what's happening here with them.
Well, I guess it's 120 if they want to double move.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
They're flying ahead. I'm going to bound behind. I guess one of them could technically carry me, but I want them to, my intention, I'm not going to tell them this, but my intention is they're going to confront the enemy. That's going to allow me to position myself someplace in the distracted battlefield so I can possibly, do some more shenanigans.
Okay. So as you all fly for it, I would like everyone to roll for initiative, as you're going to be charging right in, and he is well aware that you're coming. We'll roll for the big bad wolf. Oh, what a chump, the big bad wolf.
Surprise rounds anyway.
As we get up there, I'm going to pop Radiant Soul.
I mean, it would have been very possible for you guys to get surprise rounds, but
not us.
What? Yep. All right. Yeah, you're able to absolutely use your Radiant Soul or whatever other features you would like as you dash forward atop these floor and fields. All right, let me make sure I got everyone's initiatives. So we got Sword at 18, Zewxip at 16, Fawkes at 14. Wow, I guess all of the foes will. Oh, and now this one's top one. Jenny, did you roll the initiative? All right, we will get Jenny's in a hot minute then. As the lot of you fly forward atop your atop the dandelions, Zewxip, you can, I guess, actually intermittent between your large 30-foot bounds through the air, you can see wolves beginning to scatter. Apparently, other sentries put out to alert the big bad wolf of your arrival. And they charge out into the clearing where the wolf is. The rest of you can begin to see that area materializing in the distance. If any of you have ranged attacks, you can go ahead and make those if you'd like. And as you do, the big bad wolf, he looks outwards, kind of scanning the forest, seeing the kind of well, right, of dandelion spores floating over. And he says, "For too long, I have been banished to these woods. Now I am the ultimate wolf. You cannot take this from me." And what he does is you enter into the clearing as he opens the cage, takes the pig, and stuffs it down his throat. And you hear a squeak. And you see his kind of chest and stomach kind of kick as the little pig inside of him squirms, and he just goes, ha ha ha, and he vomits up another wolf. And we're into the combat now.
Yo, chill. If you are such a big bad wolf, then why do you need like a blue pig to... Oh my god. Can we just like sit down and talk this out? I mean, if you don't want to be banished, maybe we could work a deal.
You say, flying toward him, presumably with your sword drawn.
Yeah, I'm just sort of, chilling.
After killing all his wolves. Sword, it's your move. You fly into the clearing with the big bad wolf, who has just, in one bite, devoured Little Boy Blue. But of course, Little Boy Blue is a child and cannot die in the lands of DnDTime, and therefore is still alive and stuff.
I guess I'll just fly straight in and
okay.
Give that wolf a stomach.
Oh, you're gonna hit him in the stomach?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, you'll hit him. Oh. Oh, it's always so terrifying when the square hammer hits.
At least I can throw in all the extra add-on damage.
Yep, you will hit the big bad wolf for how much total? 20 damage still on a roll of 1 on the damage die. All right. You rush forward and slam the square hammer into the big bad wolf. He actually has to roll a Constitution saving throw. You did 20 damage. Actually, you didn't do any bludgeoning damage to him, did you?
No, it's null damage.
It's all radiant and radiant math damage and fire. Yep. So he does not have to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if he releases, I guess, the
Good. I can use my
boy,
bonus action to summon a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And take a strike. Well, before
Now,
either way, yeah. So.
where are you? Because you flew up and attacked the big bad wolf in melee. Are you staying in his melee range?
That depends. Did I use up all of my movement?
Actually, on the first round, you probably would have because you were just flying straight forward with the fly spell.
Yeah, then we'll just stick with that.
Okay.
I'm just summoning my spiritual weapon to hit him.
Sure. Go ahead and make your attack. That will absolutely hit him. 8 points of force. Hey, all the damage counts. All right. You smack him with, I guess, is it a spiritual newspaper? I love, or, sorry, you have the little cherubs, right? On occasion?
Yeah, with my spiritual guardians.
I see. But you weren't the camel and Spider-Man was blessing this time. Right, I know this. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, those have dissipated by now, so I summon them.
Okay. All right, Zewxip, it's your move. I'm going to say that you're like 120 feet from the clearing because you're way slower than they are.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm super bounding. If they pretty well have all the wolves distracted, right?
Yeah, it seems like it. And they're quite a ways ahead.
It might take a couple turns. This will be up to your narration and kind of the headspace of the dimensions we're in. My intention is to go sort of around the clearing to the cottage, get up on the roof, so that I am in front of my party members, but behind the werewolf and the wolves that are fighting. And I'm gonna hold up Terry the Tarask plushie.
Okay, so you're gonna make your way around. We can say that you like started making your way around already.
Okay.
Because I mean, it just makes sense. You just go directly there. So, what's your speed? 30 normally?
30. I don't know if. Let me double check if it says it triples my jump, but I don't know if that magically gives me extra.
Yeah, probably not. Most things.
No,
jump spell does not.
Yeah, it just says while within the field, your jump distance is tripled. Okay,
so you're just dashing around. We'll say that you get like halfway there, right? You're halfway around toward the back with that movement as you're hustling. All right, Fawkes sakes.
How far am I?
You're like just on the outskirts of the clearing. You're like 50 or 60 feet from the big bad wolf, and there are looks like 16 wolves intermittent around the clearing.
Ah, okay. Then I'll just start.
Neat swarms of wolves.
I'll just start roasting him. I'll take off my little Red Riding Hood and shit as I'm sitting on this dandelion. I'll like point my hand. I'm like, "Hey, why are your ears so big? Look at your teeth. Oh my god, look at your nose. It's huge. What big feet you have."
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast
you're gonna cast a spell upon him.
Yeah, that's my verbal component.
I love it. What spell is this?
Damn, dude, I was gonna compel duel him, but like I don't have it. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna tell him to like just get down.
Just chill.
Just like just chill.
Oh, okay. So you're
drop.
Big Bad Wolf.
Like get him out. Just stop.
So your command for the Bad Wolf is stop.
I don't know if I want to have him vomit up the blue, or if I want to have him drop. Would drop work for vomiting blue out?
That probably would not vomit blue out. That probably.
All right, then just grovel, technically.
Okay, so you want him to grovel.
Yeah, and I'll just threaten him with like, yeah, like I'll cut you open and fill your stomach full of. And I'll end my turn using the scary
Gotta
music
roll.
box to threat.
He's got to roll a
On-
wisdom save, right?
Yeah, huh?
All right. He rolls a 10 and will use one of his legendary resistances.
Damn! Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Where are you spatially? Are you like at ground level with sword, or are you up in the air?
I'll be like 10 feet up in the air over sword, hovering over him like a
Okay.
guardian angel or something.
Excellent. Jenny, what would you like to do? There are 4 swarms of wolves and the big bad wolf. All right, looks like we got Jenny on mute. So Jenny, whenever you do get back, just let me know and we'll get you back in. All right. We'll go back to the big bad wolf then. All right, the big bad wolf laughs and a swarm of wolves comes out of his mouth and falls upon the ground. And that's 4 more wolves. And what am I going to do now? What does he do? He will then use his claws to attack sword. Rolling a 14 to hit.
This.
All right, and then he will go with his teeth, and he will use his big teeth, which he actually has big teeth, to actually bite at you, Fawkes, flying 10 feet overhead, as he has a 10-foot reach because he's huge. With 21 will probably miss you.
away. Yeah, it's a miss.
Beautiful.
Bonk on the nose.
Yeah. All right, you bonk him on the nose. He goes, ah! That'll be the end of his turn. The swarms of wolves will go after him. Or actually, we're at the top of the initiative, technically, with the swarms of wolves. I didn't roll all their hit points. We're going to have to do that. Sword, 5 swarms of wolves come after you. And they're going to use their gnashing jaws upon you. So the first one rolls a natural 19. Will that hit you? What was that, sword?
Miss.
All right. What's your armor class to beat, by the way?
22.
Holy shit. All right. One of them will get you.
Yeah.
It will do 8 piercing damage and knock you prone. That was the 3rd swarm of wolves that hit you. And then the last 2 swarms going after you now rolled advantage because they knocked you prone. But they'll still both miss you. As you're just surrounded by, what is this? 20 wolves have just piled on you and they're trying to rip you apart. And now we're into your turn, Sword. What would you like to do? You're prone and there are wolves all over you. Let me roll the hit points slowly.
Well, they made a mistake by coming in within swiping range of me.
I mean, that is a mistake, but what else? What else are they gonna do?
Get the
All
paper
right.
to
The newspaper wielding camel ninja spider moose, I guess, appear around you and begin swatting.
Yep.
Alrighty, we will roll that. I guess it's on their turn, right? When they start their turn in it.
It's any within range of summoning him, and then at the beginning of the.
Yeah. All right.
Then I'll use my spiritual weapon to take another swipe out of the big.
Okay.
16 hit.
16. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, he's big, but he's not like fast. He seems very strong and kind of sluggish of a big bad. All right. You'll swat him for 6 points of force damage. He goes, ah! Don't do that. Zewxip, you charge 60 feet up on top of the house.
Yep,
You have
and
a bonus
then
action still, I think.
it's a bonus action to use Terry.
Is it? Whoa! All right. Wow, he's so good.
I will double check, but it should be.
No, I think you're probably right. Go ahead. What does he do? Tell me what he does.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It is once per day as an action. The bonus was something else I must have been looking at, but once per day as an action, you may squeeze the plushie, causing it to emit a terrifying roar. When you do so, each creature which cannot see the plushie within 120 feet of it must succeed on a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw, becoming frightened of the direction that the sound came from for 1 minute. Creature may repeat this save at the end of each of its turns, becoming immune on a success. It also ends early if it becomes frightened of or if it comes into sight. Wait, hang on. The effect also ends early if the plushie comes into sight of a frightened creature.
Alrighty, so you're gonna just do this from the roof, like on the back part of the house?
Yep, I'm on the roof. I'm gonna hold it up like a boom box, and I'm gonna let Terry just roar.
All right, so I guess Fawkes, we'll keep your 26 roll. Can everyone else also roll me wisdom savings? Actually, I guess it just Sword and Jenny need to roll. And I will roll for the big bad wolf. Ooh, I'm gonna have to use a second legendary resistance on that because man, big bad wolf cannot afford to be afraid for a minute. And I will roll for the current 5 swarms of wolves. Oh no! All right, well, one of them succeeds. Oh wow, 3 of them succeeded. Whoa! But 3 of them are going to be quite afeared for quite a while. Oh, 2 of them are going to be quite afeared for quite a while. All right, as the echoing roar of the Tarrasque, like most squeaky things, you squeak them, and they go squeak. Yours goes and echoes and almost shakes the earth. 2 of the swarms of wolves freak out and look like they're going to just totally split. Is there any? Actually, that's the whole round, right? For you?
Yeah, I have nothing else.
Cool. Fawkes, not scared of the plushie. What would you like to do?
Like, roll my eyes and take out a little hat that looks like a fluff and be like, "Yeah, all you wolves stink!" And I'll just squeeze it and it'll coat them all in a horrible stench in a 15-foot cone. It's a DC 10 dexterity save, and each
So 15-foot cone, you can hit the big bad wolf and probably one of the swarms. Are you okay with that?
How many swarms if
you just focus on swarms?
Yeah.
Oh, they're large swarms, so I think you could still only probably catch like 2 of them. Well, they're all over Sword, so I'll say you can catch all 3 of the remaining non-feared swarms.
What about Sword too? If I get, I'll just get
catch Sword. Yeah.
The thing is, are the swarms nearby the wolf too? The big bad.
They are, yeah.
Oh, then that's great because if any of the swarms get affected, then it's also gonna smell up the big bad wolf because they smell bad. Okay. So I'm gonna get all the swarms.
Okay. What do they have to roll?
Dex saves. DC 10. It's not that hard.
All right. Well, one of them failed, and that's all it needs.
And they stinking up the whole place. Everybody poisoned within 5 feet.
Sword, I do need you to roll me that save as well.
Dex?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll help you out, though. You good. You good.
Now, what does the Flump Fedora do? Is it each creature is poisoned, or...?
Yeah, the creature coded is poisoned, and each creature within 5 feet of that is also poisoned. Within 5 feet of that.
It's poisoned while they're within 5 feet of it?
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So everyone is poisoned right now. Sword, right now you're poisoned, and all of the wolves are poisoned. The big bad wolf is poisoned. Everyone's poisoned.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use a bonus action to like buff up my chest and like bang. It's weird because like I bang my chest and it sounds like there's metal there, but I'm just wearing like a cloak or robes underneath it. And I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action and end my turn on myself.
All right. Jenny, are you back? All right, here none. We're gonna jump to the big bad wolf. Big bad wolf is currently poisoned because he's next to those other wolves. He will wait.
Sorry, wrong one.
Oh, wrong button. Okay. The big bad wolf will step away from the smelly wolf, be like, oh. And actually, oh yeah, he's got to roll that spirit card, doesn't he? Let me just roll a d6 to see if he recharges. He does not recharge his cry wolf, or vomit wolf.
Can I get to slap him?
Yeah, I think all of you get to take an attack of opportunity against him if you want, including if you want Zewxip, because you're just up on the house right behind him.
Okay.
Oh, he's that tall.
Oh yeah, he's like 15 feet tall. I mean, you're on the roof, so it'd be like you have to reach down to hit him. It's a small cottage.
If only I had another net used today.
If only.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I can bonk him with my magic wand. I get that. That's all I guess I really.
Sure. The 17's gonna hit with the square hammer.
Damn, I'm actually hitting tonight.
I know, right? Well, it's the big bad wolf doesn't have. Oh, thank. Every time you roll the square hammer, my heart like. Oh, it looks like both of you guys, however, miss. It's only sword that's able to hit the big bad wolf apparently tonight.
Oh, hold up! I got inspiration dice. I'm gonna use that.
You have your music box, right?
Yeah. But I'm also gonna be using the shifter's sorrow for the weapon, so I don't know if shapeshifter will matter.
I see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the big bad wolf is actually not a werewolf.
Okay. Then there we go. No shapeshifter.
Good shot.
All right, and I'll be like, I won't use this one next time.
It's
All right.
19 damage, and
Well,
then
with that,
another 24 if he fails the wisdom.
yeah, I'm gonna get to the wisdom save in just a second because I think I still need the damage from Fawkes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering about it. Okay, and I'm gonna smite at the second level.
Okay. Oh. God, Mr. Smite's doing like 8 trillion damage. I mean, it's still nice damage, but it's not as high as I usually. Anyway, you hit the big bad wolf a bunch on his turn. Now he's got to roll a wisdom saving throw for the Spirit Guardians, which he fails for how much damage? Another 24?
For you.
All right. Big Bad Wolf is pissed and is going to. Well, I assume you've got up on your turn, right? From prone. So you didn't just stay prone. That'd be silly.
Yeah.
He will slash at Fawkes' sakes. First, chomping with his big teeth. And actually, did any of that do bludgeoning damage? It looks like none of it did.
No, it was bludgeoning.
All right. His big teeth, Fawkes' sakes, he misses. And then he will slash with his claws at Fawkes' sakes.
He just hits.
Getting ya for a 16 slashing damage. And I need those concentration checks.
Oh!
How the mighty God does bleed. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. All right, that was the big bad wolf's turn. Yeah, only gets 2 attacks. Okay. Oh, I'm dumb. Whatever. That's okay. Big Bad Wolf could have used his hungry leap to move without taking opportunity attacks. Oopsies. Swarm of wolves. All right, 2 of them are afeared, and they all stink because one of them stinks. All right, they're all going to go after you, Sword, because they're just all around you still. They all have disadvantage because they're all poisoned. And there were 15. Fine. All right, so the wolves, 25 wolves descend upon. I'm sorry, 20 wolves descend upon you again, but this time you stand tall, batting them away with your newspaper of justice. Sword, and it's your turn.
Do they not have HP or?
Huh? Oh, they do. Yeah, I'm sorry. They ought to all roll that wisdom. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, they would not have disadvantage for any reason, I don't think, on the save. And your DC 17, so 4 of them will fail.
Yeah.
And can actually it's 26 damage, you said?
24.
Okay. So the first one will only take 13. Yeah, they'll be wild. It's like, yeah, no, my enemies don't have HP. They they live forever. It's really scary, guys. Okay, cool. Most of the swarms are bloodied. Actually, most of them aren't. Only one of them is. It's your move. What would you like to do, sir?
What about that poison thing you were talking about earlier?
So you're poisoned right now. I forgot to say that last when you made your opportunity attack. That's fine.
Save, but
Yeah, there's no save because you're adjacent to one of the stinky wolves.
Oh,
You're
okay,
poisoned
okay.
from the stink. Yeah, so if you moved away, you'd provoke
Poison
opportunity
agents.
attacks, but you wouldn't be poisoned. You're only poisoned when you're next to them.
okay.
Just fight some of them. We got spirit guardians.
You could just tank up and not worry about being poisoned. That's also a choice.
I think I'm just gonna tank up because I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm not gonna jinx it. And I'm gonna go for another swing at the big.
Okay. Now you're poisoned, so you have disadvantage on the attack. Unfortunately, unless there's I don't think there's any reason why you wouldn't.
You want to just roll again?
Yeah, so unfortunately, give me another roll. Oh, you'll still hit him. Man, the square hammer is. Oh my god! You bam! Swing that square hammer, taking it right up and slamming into the big bad wolf for 16 points of damage. Don't you just love to see that? All right. Big bad wolf goes.
Oh wait, there's also the spiritual weapon.
And spiritual weapon hits him too. Hot damn. All right. Yeah, he's looking pretty beat at this point. He's pretty hurt. That big chunk with the actually, now still it's not bludgeoning damage, so he doesn't doesn't up the pig. But you hear
the boy will make you go wee 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 all the way home.
I think you hear that hurt from the poor pig inside. All right, Sword. Anything else you'd like to do? As you just stand there against the swarm of wolves. All right, Zewxip.
With the gullet on the big bad wolf, is there a way either in my medium size or if I were to reduce myself to small that I could jump down his throat?
It'd be so here's the problem with that. With him not restrained at all, it would be tough. You do have expert jumping right now, so that'll definitely help. I think that's what I'll do. I think that lets you attempt it, but it would be an ability check of some kind. I could see it being argued as acrobatics or athletics because you have special supernatural jumping powers, unless you have another ability check you had in mind.
No, I'd be fine with athletics.
Sure, yeah. You can go ahead and try and jump down his throat.
Now, do I need to make myself small? Is that also a qualifier for doing this at all, or would that give me an advantage of some?
That would certainly give you advantage if you were small.
Busting out the ring.
Okay. Well, yeah. Can I do this as a? Actually, can I be tiny? Can I do this as a snack?
You could do this as a snack if you want.
Sure. Okay. I'll turn into a little roof snack, and then I'll project myself down its throat when I can.
Ever heard of the Worms games, right? Where they just kind of boing, fling themselves? That's what I'm imagining happening now. Just boing. Just outrageous jumps on the snake. Yeah, please go ahead and roll me an athletics check with advantage. I think because you're tiny and he's just had his mouth open. I thought I was going to say it was a DC 10. So you nail it.
Can I go down into his lungs instead? No, I'm going down to his...
Yeah, no, you're inside the big bad wolf. You land on top of a strange pig-like form, which is crying, or it's just it seems to be terrified. and trying not to cry, actually. It does not seem to notice you.
Okay. So that was movement, action, bonus. Oh yes, this is the bonus action. So I'm a little snack. I wiggle down into this big wolf here. If the things have transformed with me, I'd like to pull out this little accursed Lance Silverblood doll, and I'd like to activate it.
Have you consorted with Lance?
No.
You go to activate your Lance Silverblood doll, and damn it, it don't work.
It was worth a try. I didn't really. Yeah, it's worth a try. Then I guess if nothing else, I have a little doll that if this pig ever notices me, I'll just kind of waggle it in its face, and hopefully Lance can.
Well, I imagine it's a very tiny doll.
Yeah. Okay, that's my turn.
Alrighty, so you are inside the big bad wolf. I agree with chat. He's not quite so big and bad right now. He's just getting his ass kicked. Who is next in the initiative? That would be Fawkes. What would you like to do, Fawkes? Just flying up in the air above the big bad wolf.
All right, I'll stand up finally from sitting down on that dandelion. Technically not prone, but yeah, I'll reach behind my back and grab a really hard baguette. And as I swing it, a hard baguette, like just really stale piece of bread. Yeah. And as I swing it, it'll transform into a sword.
Of course, because I mean, I guess it makes sense. You could transform. You could put a baguette in your magical transforming sword.
And for some inexplicable reason, when I draw the baguette, it goes shing. And I'll cut at him as the baguette turns into a bloody, lacerated blade. I'll show you who's big and bad. I'll have the blood frenzy out and have advantage on the swing.
Yeah.
Below his knight's hit points.
You betcha.
So the first, I'll go glowing red. My hood, disguises my eye. This is red glowing pupils. Oh, advantage. Let me roll another time. 26.
Almost a crit. So close.
I'm gonna smite him too. A second level.
Alrighty.
There you go. The same sword. The second strike. Blood frenzy. 24. For the advantage. And then this will be my last second level smite.
Oh wow. Almost out of smites. Oh, that was a good smite.
Yeah, boy.
All
bonus
right,
action.
Bad wolf.
Oh, I'm not done yet. I'll throw my sword into the air and I'll come smashing down. Oh, I forgot the +2 damage on the blade. Sharpness too.
Of course, from saying shishing. All right.
It's a 14 hit.
14 hits him.
Nice.
That'll do it.
I'll call it Farva! Rip him apart! So go up and just claw in the guts.
See, because you guys could fly at 120 feet per round with the dash, Farva was just so far behind and just got here. Farva will miss, unfortunately, with the claws, but hit with the bite. Oh my god, he is so damn close.
All right, and I'll end my turn.
All right.
Huff at me all you like, Mr. Wolf.
And he goes, "Cry, goddammit!" and smacks his stomach a little bit. Jenny, are you back, or are you still MIA? All right, Jenny's still having connection problems, so we'll go to the big bad wolf, who recharges and immediately cries, "Wolf!" Blah! As another swarm of wolves appears. Zewxip, it's a particularly terrifying sight from inside as you hear the echoing of the big bad wolf smacking the stomach, and the little pig, "Oh no!" cries, and a giant wolf appears. Oh my gosh, this saving throw is extraordinarily important. Actually, it's not. He can legendary resistance anyway. He might just do that. He does not, thank God. All right.
Full half damage.
Yeah. Yeah, this... God. Okay. Big Bad Wolf is looking exceptionally bad. Despite having cried, vomiting up a heap of wolves from inside of his stomach, the Big Bad Wolf will look desperately around and slash with his claws. Actually, he will reach out and bite with his teeth at you, Sword, because, oh my God, you have fucked him up. 24 to hit for 45 piercing damage. All right. He goes out his teeth and bites you and takes you up out of the crowd of wolves up into the air. Actually, he won't. He'll keep you on the ground, just swinging you around. And then he will slash with his claws at you as well, because now you're restrained. Which a 20 won't actually hit you, will it?
Nope.
All right. Well, the swarms of wolves. The Big Bad Wolf can't yell, but yeah, let's roll those saving throws. Actually, can you roll your concentration check for that big 45 damage hit?
Ooh, we got +5.
Which actually
27.
You do. You succeed. You don't lose concentration.
I got you, man.
What the fuck? Yeah, you don't lose concentration despite taking 45 damage in one hit. Because that DC would be 22. All right. In that case, the swarms of wolves need to roll. Can you roll me some new damage for Spirit Guardians? What was that, Sword?
Are those poison still?
Poison doesn't affect saves.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the saves.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, and the Big Bad Wolf was out of the range of the poison is the thing, because he's got reach.
Because he moved back for the
Yep.
Spirit Guardians.
Oh, I see. He already rolled at 16. I am blind as a bat. There are now 6 swarms of wolves, and they suck at wisdom saves. Only the first one has succeeded every time, miraculously, and it's not even bloodied yet. The other ones just took 16 more damage. Wow, none of them are dead. A couple of them are maimed, but none of them are dead. All right, Sword. Wolves come after you, trying desperately to take you down. That'll miss. Oh, and actually, they don't even have advantage. They just are neutral because they're poisoned. But you're also restrained. So here are the other 5 wolves. What the fuck? All right, 8, 8, 8, 14, 7. 25 wolves come at you, Sword, and despite being stuck in the mouth of this gigantic wolf, you fend them all off. And now it's your turn. Big Bad Wolf looks like he's barely holding on.
It's just too much going on with the ninja camel spider moves.
Yeah, I think so. What would you like to do, Sword?
Well, since he can I actually attack or like physically?
You can't. You have disadvantage because you're poisoned and restrained. But you can absolutely attack him if you'd like.
He's so dead.
Well, it's possible that he survives a hit from the square hammer, technically.
Just barely.
That being said, even through everything, you'll hit him with it. And he had 2 hit points remaining. Sword, you take your square hammer, and from the jaw of the wolf, swing upwards, clobbering him directly under the chin.
I don't even use the square hammer. I just take that rolled up piece of parchment, smack him in the nose.
You do that 2 hit points of like newspaper damage, and he goes, "Aah!" And with a horrible groan.
He would technically be immune to bludgeoning, but it's got paper cuts.
He's not a werewolf.
Oh,
He's not immune to it.
well, you mentioned it earlier, so I was wondering.
Huh? No.
Oh, you mentioned if any of that was bludgeoning. Oh.
No, sorry. No. He every time he gets hit by bludgeoning damage, he has a chance to vomit up the boy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. But no one hit with bludgeoning damage the whole time. That being said, Sword, you bop him on the nose and he goes, oh, and he collapses pathetically amidst the heap of wolves. And as he does, all of the swarms of wolves go to flee in fear, and most of them burn up in your spirit guardians and die anyway. And so, as this somewhat dramatic battle against the big bad wolf comes to its conclusion, Zewxip, you are still inside with the little pig who squeals in fear. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Watery Sphere, and I'm gonna inflate the corpse with water and sploosh us out of there by controlling the orb that.
Excellent. With a whoosh of water, you find yourself emerging from the big bad wolf's stomach, and the little blue pig looks at you all. Oh, I am saved. Oh, thank goodness. I was terrified. I thought I'd be stuck inside that terrible wolf forever. Oh, and he kind of looks around him at all of the camel spider moose with their little newspapers and all of the swarms of regular wolves that are quickly either dying to the newspapers or retreating into the woods. And he says, I'm so happy it could bring a tear to my eye.
No,
but it won't. And he winks at you comically. And yeah, with that, you have defeated the big bad wolf. You have saved the little blue pig, and presumably the town of Rhyme. And with that, I mean, do you guys do anything in particular with your newfound victory, or do you just return the little pig?
Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna return him home. Yeah, I mean, talk to him, learn stories, but yeah. I do want to plant a Zewxip here at this remote cottage, though.
At this horrible bloodbath that you now leave, there are just heaps of dead wolves.
Fertile ground. I mean, if a lot of them pooped on their way out, then it'll kind of enrich this.
They all pooped on the way out.
Then this is a perfect place for a Zewxip to grow in this kind of forested cottage, and maybe it'll make it a
Wolf Groves.
All right, and with that, Zewxip, you plant a little piece of yourself to grow into a new Florin, and yeah, you are heralded as heroes to the pig people in the town of Rhyme, and this adventure comes to a conclusion. You each earn your requisite stipend of 300 Bartholomew bucks for having completed the adventure, and two of you at least gain a point of experience, or 2 points of experience. You know what, Natty? You only get 1 point. No, I'm kidding. And eventually, you find yourselves in Bartholomew's shop. In Bartholomew here? Bartholomew's kind of quiet right now.
Oh, I'm muted. Greetings, adventurers. I'd cast a silence spell upon myself because I was just talking too much. Do any of you want to shop?
Sure.
What can I get for you, Fawkes?
The more you know, powerful wizards cast deafness and blindness upon themselves sometimes when they just need some peace and quiet.
I will throw it all into the wind and pull from the bag.
Very well. Leave the bag up, roll me a D1000. And as always, I wish you the best of luck.
I also have a.
Ooh. Oh wait, Jeremy? Is there one?
I actually don't know if there is.
Do we have the old thing, or is it all been? It's all been minted.
No, it exists.
Is there a way to look it up?
All right, Pete. I'm opening it up right now. See if there is. There are a few rolls in particular that have a very special kind of gag joke associated with them.
Let's see to pull this one.
Farku, I think you already have the 404 item not found. Yeah. No one's pulled the 420 item yet. But I think there might have been one for 666, but I'm not certain.
God, there might have been. I'm looking for it now, Pete.
What would the reference point for that be in the...
I'm looking at it right now, my dude.
Is it there?
I'm finding out. I'm scrolling.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you had it. That sounded like the voice of someone who found it and didn't like what he saw.
No, there is not a 666.
Oh, alas. Well, it is still a good roll.
If only there were... I would be down for waiting until you guys had one.
Well, for now, instead you reach into the bag and you find not the beast, but instead a lightning rod passes through your hands. It kind of crackles a little bit as you touch it. Then a charm falls from your grasp. What you end up grabbing is a staff. As you remove it, it appears to be a quarter staff, actually. And Bartholomew speaks up. This is a classic item. It is a quarterstaff known as the Staff of the Woodlands. So you've gotten the king of druid staffs, basically the best druid item. Yeah, you've gained the Staff of the Woodlands. Can I get anything for anyone else?
No, thank you.
Hearing nothing.
I'm leaving it to you, Pete. You're on the one on this video.
It seemed like you were going to do it. Hearing nothing, we'll be back in a moment. We'll see you all very soon.